Hi everyone, this is Adrian speaking. Sorry again, I'm a little bit sick today, but it's gonna be okay. Today we're gonna work on something we started to do last week, or maybe 2 weeks earlier, because we skipped the last stream. We're gonna work on the conflict between two things, next step for Trello and plus for Trello, which is another extension that improve the features of Trello. Okay. So first, I'm gonna open the project in my code editor here. Yes. Okay. So let me show you what's the issue we're working on. So you can find it at this URL here. So apparently, just to recap what I was working on before, if you install both Next Step for Trello and Plus for Trello, it creates a kind of conflict. As you can see on the screenshot here, the tasks from Next Step for Trello are showing up on top of the title. And as we figured out last time, this is caused by the fact that Plus for Trello doesn't use the actual elements for showing the title of every card. It creates its own elements in every card. Okay, so we have to position the tasks in a different way. We cannot take into account the original elements, title elements, but we have to make it work also when Plus for Trello is installed. Okay. So just to make sure that we're working on the same thing, I just want to see if we're on the right branch. Let me see here. Okay, I had another branch open for that. Let me check that I wrote it in the issue. Work in progress, yes, okay. So first thing we need to do is go back to that branch, okay? So yeah, to press it from there, and I pick conflict, okay? And now what I'm gonna do is display what we already did in this branch, okay? So I'm going into the commits tab to see what's wrong, okay? Okay, so now we see what we figured out last time. We had updated a few sections of the code, installed some to-do here and there, and also what did we do? Insert badges. Okay, so we identified that we need to insert the task elements before the badges class element, okay? So that it will work both for Trello without Plus for Trello and with Plus for Trello. In order to do that, what did we do? Yeah, we changed the update cards function, which used to call another function called update card elements, and just applied it on this card title here. Okay, and this was the element that was holding the name of every card on the board view, right? When you don't install Plus for Trello. The problem is that when you install Plus for Trello, this element here with this class is hidden. So, and the other one is showing below that one, causing the effect that you saw on the screenshot, okay? So I see that last time we had another way of figuring out which elements. Okay, we were still using the same class here. Card links. Oh, okay. If I remember well, we made this because the title element created by plus for Trello is also an element with the class name listCardTitle. Okay, it's basically in every card you end up with two elements holding that same class name. So what we needed to do is to detect for each card only the latest elements of this class. Okay, so that in both cases the task will show up at the right place. Okay, so let's go back to it. Okay, so I think that here we were using a function called insert before, and because yeah, we were using the next sibling. I think it's still gonna work, assuming that if we call that function on the latest title elements, we can still use insert before. Okay, so let's try to see if it works, because maybe it did, I don't remember. Okay, so in order to do that, we need to go back to the extensions panel of Chrome and then turn off the actual extension from the Chrome Web Store and then turn on the local version of my extension. Okay, and now we're gonna go to my favorite test board to see if it's working or not. Okay, so far the tasks are showing up, so it's a good start. But now the question is, did I activate the plus for Trello extension? No, I hadn't, so let me turn it on and let's refresh this to see what happens. Okay, it's still showing on top. Okay, so that could be caused by the fact, let's check the elements here. You see, we have two elements with the same class name here, listCardTitle. The first one was created by Trello, and the second one was created by plus for Trello. Okay, so the original code apparently is based on this one because the task list is inserted below it, and what we want is to have it below the second one. I don't know if I can move it, probably. And what I suspect is happening is that when we list all the cards from our board, it's possible that plus for Trello has not yet displayed the second title. So we need to wait until plus for Trello did that, right? One way to do that is to delay the detection of that second element. So instead of doing the detection in the update cards, what we could do is have this function only detect the actual cards and not the title of the cards, okay? And then inside this function that loads all the data and stuff, we wait for the data to be loaded, and when it's loaded, we actually look for the latest list card title element, okay? So hopefully this will leave enough time for Trello to initialize and append the titles, okay? Another way that we could do that is to look for the badges here, and instead of positioning against the list card title elements, we position against the badges elements, okay? And I believe that this may be more robust because we avoid the race condition that could be caused by the fact that plus for Trello can take some time to set up, okay? If we rely on badges, assuming that these badges are created by Trello itself, it's much more robust for us to rely upon that instead, okay? So that's actually why I had inserted this to-do here, insert before badges. So what we're going to do here, instead of using the next sibling of the title element, what we're going to do is go back to the parents node and then find get elements by class name. And what we're going to look for is the badges class, okay? I'm going to store that somewhere else because it's taking a lot of space here, okay? And we're going to store that badges element, okay? And because this function returns more than one element, we need to pick the first one, okay? So now we say that we want to insert the task list before the badges, okay? Okay, so let's try that now. I need to refresh the local extension, okay? And now I need to refresh the board page. Now let's see. Yeah, it seems to work well, look. I'm coming back here, the tasks are showing up correctly, so let's try to switch to another mode here. What happens if I check this? Okay, it's taking a little bit of time, but still working, okay? And what happens if I change the name here? Still working, I think. Yeah. And what happens if I disable the plus for Trello thing here? Let's refresh. It still works. And maybe Scrum for Trello, I think at some point we had a conflict with that as well, so let's try it out. Still working apparently, okay? So if I say 9 instead, yeah, it updates the 9 here and the tasks are still showing up. So I think we're good to go. Awesome. So in retrospect, I believe that we fixed the problem. Maybe our solution was a bit overkill because here we added more logic, even though the actual fix happened in the insert before call. Okay, so we didn't really need to do that, but it was necessary to do it anyway because when you install Plus for Trello, you get more than one instance of list card title per card. So it means that using Plus for Trello, this will indirectly cause 2 API calls per card. Okay, so that's the reason why we need to keep it. Okay, and here, what did we do? Oh, this is in case of drag and drop, so I didn't try that. Maybe I should disable that and try to install Plus for Trello again and try some drag and drop action. Okay, so we have our omelette element here. If I move it, yeah, it's still working. Now I'd love to make sure that it only makes one call to not overload the API of Trello. So let's open the network console here. Yes. And let's see what happens if I move this there. Yeah. As you can see, there's only, let's say, I think this one, this call was made by my extension. What happens here must be triggered by the Trello interface itself, okay? So this looks pretty reasonable. It's not reloading everything. And I suspect that in the past it was using to do that twice. So we're also reducing the use of Trello's API. So it will make the extension more efficient and less consuming in terms of resources, which is always a good thing. So now what I'm gonna do is merge all this back into master, right? So first I need to commit, and I need to create a new subversion as well. Excuse me for a second. I'm surprised that there is no much communication today. Yeah, I realized that the version we're working on right now is 1.5, even though the one that is in production currently is 1.5.1, okay? So I expect that when we merge that back into master, it's gonna be some conflict, okay? But that's okay. It should be able to figure out how to do that, because I think the 1.5.1 version was just used to create an announcement into the app, so the portions of code that have been changed in both branches is not the same. Let's see. So let's see a recap of what we changed. So basically, yeah, we just changed the set card content here. Yeah, that's it. So it's insert task list above badges for issue number 24, I believe. Okay, for 24. Okay, let's push that into GitHub. and then back to GitHub. We're gonna go back to the branch conflict plus for Trello here, and we're gonna say that we're done. Okay, so I'm going to merge it back. Let's see if I can use it from there. Branches, conflict, yeah. So I'm creating a pull request, like if I was contributing to another's project. The good thing with that is that, oh, let me check. Oh yeah, I set up some code analysis on next step for Trello so that I get some warnings whenever I'm doing wrong things on the code. But it's taking some time, so I'm gonna ignore it for now and fix it later, okay? So I'm gonna immediately merge the pull requests. Yes. Okay. Seems to be successful now. So if I'm going back to issues, conflict for, voila, it's here. The bug is closed now, okay? Yes. And if I go back here, I should see the merge request here. And I should be able to pull the changes from master, the master branch, and pull what we just changed, okay? And if I see that, you see that now the version is the one that we had in production, and we're gonna set it to 2 because we made a change. And I want to make sure that we still have, yes, the code that we just typed is also integrated in there, so we're good. So now that we changed the version, I need to change the manifest as well, so that it shows up in Chrome Web Store here. And I need to change the change log here to let people know that we fixed that. Bug fix conflict with plus for Trello. Okay. And now we're gonna update everything. Yes. I push it back to GitHub, and now I'm gonna package it and send it back to Chrome Web Store. But I already did that in a previous video, so I'm not gonna do it again. I'm taking this opportunity to end the live coding session to talk to you about the 2 things I'm running these days. The first one is Patreon. So you go to patreon.com/AdrianJolly, and this brings you to my page where I introduce myself and what I'm doing these days and why I'm doing Next Step for Trello and stuff. And if you want to encourage me to keep creating free software like Next Step for Trello and other software that is coming out soon, I hope, you can become my patron, meaning that you can give me the amount of money of your choice every month for as long as you like what I'm doing. And this will help me financially to keep doing what I love doing instead of working for clients or for an employer, okay? So this is like a long-term career choice that I'm experimenting right now, and I'm be really grateful if you want to contribute. And the second one is less maybe less scary for the people who don't know Patreon. It's a Kickstarter campaign, and it's used to help me fund the creation of Next Step for Trello version 2.0, which is supposed to be faster and more robust, and to remember your favorite display mode. Okay, this is based on the feature request from the users of Next Step for Trello who subscribe to our mailing list. Okay, so I took the most popular feature requests, and I bundled 3 of them into one version. That will be version 2. And this campaign, you can support me. You can support this campaign in order to make me do it, basically. Okay. So if we reach the amount of 1,000 euros, I'll make it. Otherwise, I'll just start working on another project and leave anybody who wants to do it themselves. Okay. So it's an experiment. I really hope it works. If it doesn't work, it's okay. But if you really like Next Step for Trello and you really want to have a more robust version, and you want also to encourage me to keep working on it, I would really appreciate it if you could say it by contributing, by backing the project. That being said, I would like to thank you very much for your attention, and I hope you have a great day. Bye bye.